What's going on, my dream team? Dave coming at you with, we're not opening anything today. We're going to go over some stuff that I'm going to send to PSA, and we'll see if Sunday comes out. She's actually sleeping inside the couch right now, but we'll see if her peeks her head out. She's got all her toys everywhere, being a mess. So we've got a bulk order we're going to do, but before I show you those, I do have it's supposed to be, 20-day service. I think right now they're in the 40-some day range. So I'm hoping to get these back by the time Super Bowl rolls around. I've already taped them up so you can't see them too well, but here's Mahomes I pulled fresh out of a blaster in Minnesota a couple months ago. The LCS had them for, I think at the time, like $25. So picked one up and pulled one out. This is not the hollow, unfortunately, but I want that one back in case they make a Super Bowl run, so that's why it's not in with a bulk order since it's under $100 at the moment. And again, anything over $100 can't go through the bulk order. You guys saw me pull this from my national videos, Michael Thomas cracked ice, and he's just been nuts, just absolutely insane. It is on card too, which is awesome. This card, originally I was like, I'm not gonna break it at the national, or when I opened it at the national, I wasn't gonna get it graded. There's a little teeny tiny bit of edge chipping up there. And after looking the card over a little bit more and whatnot and trying to fix that edge, basically I've seen in videos before, right? You just take a little bit of saran wrap, put it on like the edge of a tweezers. You can sometimes push some corners back and things. He's on pace to be a future Hall of Famer if he keeps this up. So I figured even if it comes back as a 9, like, hey, that's not a bad thing to have. I mean, go look at Larry Fitzgerald contenders. Daniel Jones, if you guys watched my prison video, you know I was super confused about this crossbar. Sorry I got tape over his head. Yeah, that's not a print error. But the centering on this is pretty good too, which is really tough. You'll see a lot of prism, and the back is in great shape. So definitely expecting a 10 on that one. And then this guy, I bought this Drew Lock. It's a gold, 6 out of 10. Card's in great shape overall. Centering is really good too. Maybe slightly fatter here, but not much. I'm hoping for a 10 on this guy. And the nice thing is too, no surface dimples or anything like that. So that is the 20-day order. We'll see if we get that back by the time the Super Bowl rolls around. And now we'll get into the bulk order here. So there should be about 100 cards. We did a 100 card bulk order. Yeah, we got a nice mix of basketball and baseball and football. Basketball, the thought was, hey, I pulled some stuff. The season will be going into full swing, trade deadline, or playoffs potentially by the time the stuff comes back. Let's just take a shot and see if we can get some stuff back in a good time and manner. So got a Towns rated rookie, just regular Donruss. I'm gonna begin with bulk. It's all got to be under $100. There's a Justice Winslow rated rookie to $199. Still early in the season, so we'll see what can happen with a lot of these guys. This is just a Giannis insert, numbered to 125. There we go. But it was in pretty good shape. Just a regular Donruss. Trae Young had it in a stack of cards. Centering looked pretty good. Figured it was worth it. I mean, it's only going to cost $8 to grade. And everything that I'm sending in, I've asked, basically if it's not a 9 or a 10, don't slab it. That's too much work to bust things out. All right, here's a Robert Williams silver. There were a few cards that, I saw an issue with, like this one. I said, hey, there's something on the edges that I didn't like. So I said, I think this is gonna be a 9, and I'll take this off by the time I send it in. But the reason I do that is if you send multiple of the same cards, the thought is you put your worst cards in the front so that everything behind that looks better. So that was kind of what we're doing there. So we got a few Robert Williams silvers. Picked these up super cheap, like $3 at the National and stuff. And a young guy in a playoff team, all it takes is a couple big playoff games and stuff starts shooting up. So Diallo, he's been good for the Thunder coming off the bench. I think he's averaging, as of right now, somewhere around 10 points a game, but a good young talent. Huerter, green. Again, nice young Hawks team. This dude can step back, shoot a 3. Michael Porter Jr. From Select. Centering is pretty good. The back's pretty good. But I like the yellow on yellow, and he's getting some playing time. This is an Elia Kobo. I actually pulled this out of a Brothers and Cards gold box, and the lighting for that video, for whatever reason, was absolutely terrible. And this is actually the best card I pulled out of it. I didn't pull any hits. I think I pulled like one number card. I actually didn't even upload the video. But this is a Galactic of a Kobo, great shape. And again, another young guy that's starting to get a little bit of playing time on a young team. Moving into some baseball again. Thought being, by the time this comes back, baseball is going to be super hot on everyone's mind. Bellinger rookie. I do have another one of these, one or two other ones that weren't in great shape. I don't even think they were 9 worthies. We got some Acuna holidays, bought some holiday boxes. Again, here's my 9. I'm going to put that first. I think it had some little slight edge wear there on the back somewhere, but I think those 2 are 10 worthy. Whoa, squishing stuff. Eloy, Alonso, my last one got a 10, so we'll see this one. We got some Wanderers coming up. So again, this one has a slight little dimple on it somewhere. I don't remember where it was, but putting that one first. More Wanderers. Julio Rodriguez. Love this dude. I think this dude's gonna be a stud. A couple Mojos. I do have some of his base, but they weren't in great shape. Bowman Chrome's gonna be really interesting this year because these edges, there's this weird lip right there, and I don't know how PSA is gonna grade them. I mean, there's not chipping, but it's like, it's just a weird lip that you can see. Atomic Refractor. I think I picked this up for like $5 at a show. Purple to 250 from Mojo. I think I got that one. I think I got one cheap on a Facebook sale or something. Actually, we'll put that one so all the Mojos are together. Amaya, supposed to be a pretty decent prospect for the Cubs. Base Mojo. And then Martinez, I believe, in Bowman Chrome. He was one of the autos to chase. But, you know, that Blue Jays team is up and coming, so got a handful of those. Marte. Handful of those. Some Mojos. Mauricio. Again, another good young prospect, and plays in a major market, at least now. We'll see if he sticks there. It's the thing with baseball prospects, right? Those guys can get traded all the time. Luciano, another dude that I believe was in that Bowman Chrome chase. So got a bunch of his base, Mojos. And then these are just some random autos for first Bowman position players. You know, never hurts to have stuff like this slab. So this was from Bowman Chrome, one of the HTA boxes, I believe. Death Rage. I don't even know if this dude is any good. You know, he's drafted so late, 285th overall. But that name alone is, it's marketable. We'll put it that way. Rolando Hernandez, I pulled this out of Bowman box last year. Really good shape. I looked again over the Joey Bart that I pulled at the National for this, and it has a little bit of like white edging there, and I couldn't fix it. Couldn't push anything back, and just didn't want it slabbed because I didn't want it to be a potential 8 and pay that $25 versus $8 to take a shot is different. So there we go. Don't know too much about Hernandez. I think he's a top 10 prospect for them. He's just a Vlad, you know, Allen Ginter, a really easy grade. So just again for $8, a nice easy grade there for Vlad. Tatis, I got these out of an update silver pack from my LCS. Basically, I was in there and I bought, a Series 2 box a few months ago. He never gave me the silver pack, so I was like, hey, you know, he had opened an update pack. He's like, I owe you these. So, and in the same pack, exact same pack, back to back, these cards were. He had the Tatis base, which just looks like a cool card, and an Alonso Black right behind it. And that guy's numbered 54. Missed it by 1. He hit 53 home runs his rookie year, and missed it by 1. I saw it. It kind of triggered something. I was like, ooh, that might be, and yeah, unfortunately missed it by one. And now this stack should all be football. You guys saw me pull this from the Vault kind of classics. Terrell Davis. Got a couple Rosanatos. I think both of these are in pretty decent shape, although look at the difference in those autographs. That one definitely was probably at the end of things. That one looks like the more traditional Josh Rosanato, which is why I put it second. But the back is pretty good. Mullins, I think this one's got a slightly soft corner. I'm expecting a 9 on that one. But this one's in better shape, a little bit better centering too, I believe. So hoping that can get a 10. And then I needed a few other cards to fill out the order. So I found some nice Brady numbered stuff. And we got Elite. We got Field Vision, QB Vision. You guys saw me open this from Phoenix this year, number to 99. That Elite is to 99 as well. Some of the other cards from Phoenix had dimples on them. This is a 2002 Fleer box score. I think I got this when I bought some stuff. I don't know if this would be considered off center or not. It's kind of tough to tell with this product, just because it's kind of old. I'm going to assume it's going to be off center. I'm going to assume it's going to come back as a 9, but who knows? Maybe that was just the design. I haven't done enough research on it. We got an Optic. This one might come back a 9. There's some just really, I can't even see it on camera, really. Just a couple really weird spots on the edges that are just very, very slight. We'll see. Deshaun Watson. Again, this one I was going to sell, but I came up a couple cards short and actually decided to get it slabbed, and you can have that blue on blue, which looks great. That one's numbered. Now we got a bunch of Optic. This one's definitely off-centered, right? You can see a lot thicker here, smaller there. But again, it's because I was submitting so many Darnolds and Mayfields behind it, I figured might as well throw a few of those in there, see if I can get some 9s and make everything else look better. So these two are a little, pretty off-center, and then they start to get better as we progress through. All the surfaces look good, no dimples, but there's a good strategy for you guys if you ever want to do your own submissions. Put your worst ones first, so they got better ones to compare them to. And behind that, we got our Mayfields. Again, tried to follow a similar strategy. These are all actually in pretty good shape, and most of these I pulled myself, so I know that they ended up getting taken care of. More Mayfields. I've been saying it, but don't sleep on him. His second half, super easy schedule. That stuff's going to continue to jump up in value. Optic Downtown of Breeze. This one again pulled straight from a pack. Such cool looking cards. I think I've pulled like 3 or 4 Bakers. It's been awesome. Darnold, I got this one in a trade, I believe. But a silver Concourse. We'll see about that top edge there. That one might come back as a 9. Got a bunch of Prism coming up of Darnold's. Prism's really tough from last year just because the centering's really poor. You can always, some of these cards, right? Like this one, I had it as a 9 because it's got a dimple, got little random cat hairs everywhere. But you can see there's a lot more space on that edge than there is there. And then that top to bottom too can be really tough. Sometimes those top borders can suck. So these are pretty tough grades. I'm actually surprised the value on Prism 10s isn't higher from this last year. That our PSA is just gotten lax, but here we go. And those 4, feed into the green, which looks awesome. That green on green, really cool. I did have some more raw ones like that, but unfortunately they had some surface scratching and stuff and just weren't worth submitting. Got a Minshew rookie. I probably had like 4 or 5 more. Unfortunately, they're all super off center. This year's Prism is so off center, man. Left to right, it's really bad. Lots of skinny edges, fat edges here. This is probably the best one. It's still a little thicker there. Haskins. Is that on the card? Oh no, it's on the card saver. Looked like it was a little bit of a scratch there. Again, kind of putting those guys up front because I don't care if I get poor grades on those. Daniel Jones. That one's got, again, good centering. And then Will Greer's, I kind of threw him back here because there's a handful. Kyle Allen's been, I'd say, relatively inconsistent, so figured these were worth taking a shot. I do also have 2 gold autographs of Will Greer. And figured they were worth sitting on in case he, at least worst case, does something in the preseason next year. But there's just a base silver auto. Again, really good centering. I've got a few more. I think I picked up a bunch for like 25, 30 bucks. But the centering on them wasn't too great. This was the first off the line. This was going to go with this other submission, but I only paid like 35 bucks for this guy. I think that's numbered to 25. So I'm good with waiting, especially since he probably won't, he might not get a look this year. Drew Lock, you guys have been hearing me talk about it on the channel. I've been buying up a ton of Drew Lock. I have more autos and stuff that aren't getting graded of this, just because of centering. But, you know, again, a little bit thicker there, thinner there, and trying to progress. And I do measure it. Like, I get a tape measure out, measure it down to the millimeter and stuff, and see if I can get things that are a little bit more centered. And actually that one, should probably go here. That one's a little thicker on that side than that side. Then we got the autos. And this is probably only about half of my Drew Locks from Prism. I think I got about 4 more. But again, the centering is not good on those. And then I pulled this one from my first Prism box. So that's why I wanted to get that one graded. It's only like a $25 card at the moment, but these inserts never grade as well, or sorry, are never as popular as the actual base autos. Mayfield, again, 2nd year color, not super high or super low numbered, right? 199, but a little bit of white up there maybe. We'll see. But again, just needed a few more that I wanted to fill in the order with to get to 100 rather than sit and wait. Ripen, however you want to say it, Ripen. Purple Power auto to 49. Actually, this card I'm going to put off. This is probably my favorite card of the order coming up next. But 6 of 49, not jersey number, but the thought here, right? Grade it, get a 10. Hope he has a crazy game in the preseason. You know, I think he was 7th round or undrafted practice squad guy, and kind of hedges the bet, right? If Locke doesn't pan out, then he'll have a shot. And the last card, I'm super stoked. I bought a Fireworks 3 of 5. Got it for like 75 bucks. So, you know, if it gets questioned by PSA, I can go on eBay and show them exactly what I paid for. Anyways, I bought a galactic version of this, and unfortunately, that back corner in the galactic wasn't good enough to grade. It was a little too white. This one came in perfect shape, and here's the best part. Oh yeah, jersey number. So, I'm hoping Locke blows up, obviously, like I think he will, just because he's got a huge arm, super inconsistent in college and stuff though. But I think this year of, you know, sitting, watching, getting a chance to learn, definitely will do him good. So these will be going off to PSA, and we'll see them sometime, hopefully in the next 6 months, at least before the National. That'd be nice. But as always, thanks for checking out the channel. Sorry Sunday didn't make an appearance. Like, subscribe, tell a friend. We will catch you next time. See ya.